Welcome to Power Plays Network, where history's greatest power moves come to life. If you want to master strategy, influence, and success, hit that subscribe button and like this video. Let's dive in. Alright folks, welcome back to Power Plays Network. Today, we're diving deep into the world of Andrew Tate. This guy, he's like a human grenade. Loud, explosive, and you never know when he's gonna go off. Whether you think he's a genius or a jerk, you gotta admit, the man knows how to play the game. He's gone from kickboxer to internet celebrity, built a massive following, and pissed off just about everyone along the way. We're gonna break down his strategies, the power moves he uses to manipulate, to dominate, to get what he wants. We're talking straight out of the 48 Laws of Power, the art of seduction, Sun Tzu, the whole 9 yards. This is about understanding how power works, even when it's used in ways we might not like. So buckle up, because we're about to unpack the wild world of Andrew Tate. First up, we gotta talk about Tate's mastery of attention. This dude, he's like a black hole for it. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, love or hate. He sucks it all in and uses it to fuel his empire. This is classic 48 Laws of Power stuff. Law number 6, court attention at all costs. Tate doesn't just court it, he grabs it by the throat and chokes it out until it submits. Remember that whole thing with Greta Thunberg? He picks a fight with a teenage climate activist, ends up getting arrested, and the whole world's watching. You'd think that'd be a PR nightmare, right? Not for Tate. He turns it into a damn rallying cry. Posts from detention, spins it into this whole "they're out to get me" narrative, and his followers eat it up. That's power. See, most people, they shy away from controversy. They want to be liked. They want to fit in. Not Tate. He embraces the chaos. He thrives on it. It's like oxygen for this dude. He understands something that most people don't. Controversy equals relevance. As long as people are talking about you good or bad, you're still in the game. You're still influencing the conversation. He's like a magician. He throws out these outrageous statements, these provocative ideas, and people can't help but react. They get angry. They get offended. But they're engaged. They're hooked. And that's exactly where he wants them. This is straight out of Robert Greene's playbook, man. The art of seduction. Tate's the embodiment of the rake archetype. Unapologetic, polarizing, magnetic. He doesn't care about your approval, and that makes him even more attractive to a certain type of person. It's that whole bad boy thing, you know? We're hardwired to be drawn to danger, to the forbidden. And Tate, he's danger personified. He's the guy your parents warned you about. And it works. It works like a charm. He's tapped into our primal instincts, our fascination with the rebel, the outlaw. He's the guy who's not afraid to say what everyone else is thinking, but is too scared to say out loud. Even Sun Tzu would have to give Tate some props. This is straight out of the art of war, folks. Disrupt your enemy's plans. Tate's whole MO is to be unpredictable, to keep everyone guessing. He's like a chess player who throws away the rule book. He makes moves that don't make sense, that defy logic, and it drives his opponents crazy. They're always reacting to him, always on the back foot. And that's how he wins. He controls the narrative by refusing to play by the rules. He's chaos personified. And, in a world that's obsessed with order and predictability, chaos is a powerful weapon. So, what's the takeaway here? What can we learn from the outrage alchemist himself? Simple. Be bold. Don't be afraid to stand out, to say what you think, even if it makes people uncomfortable. In a world that's drowning in mediocrity, the ones who are willing to be different, to embrace the controversy, are the ones who rise to the top. Look, I'm not saying you gotta go out there and be a jerk to everyone. but don't be afraid to ruffle some feathers. Take risks. Challenge the status quo. Remember, controversy isn't always a bad thing. In the right hands, it's leverage. It's power. All right. So we've talked about Tate's mastery of attention, his willingness to court controversy. But there's another side to his game, a defensive strategy that's just as important as his offensive moves. He calls it the Iron Fortress. Now, this isn't about physical walls or hiding from the world. This is about building a fortress of loyalty, a narrative that protects him from his enemies. And let me tell you, this dude's got a lot of them. Remember those legal battles he's facing in Romania? Human trafficking, rape, money laundering, serious accusations. Most people in that situation, they'd lawyer up, lay low, hope it all blows over. Not Tate. He goes on the offensive, rallies his top G army online, paints himself as a victim of a corrupt system. He's not just fighting legal charges, he's waging a war against the establishment, and his followers are his soldiers. This is classic Sun Tzu again. The art of war is all about controlling the terrain. And in Tate's case, the battlefield is perception. He knows that if he can control how people see him, he can control the narrative. He's not a suspect in a criminal investigation. He's a political prisoner, a martyr for the cause. He's fighting for freedom, for truth, for the little guy. It's brilliant, really, when you think about it. And it works because he's tapped into something deeply ingrained in human nature. Tribalism. We're hardwired to pick sides, to identify with a group. And Tate has created a tribe of loyal followers who believe in him, who will defend him no matter what. But it's not just about playing the victim. Tate also projects this image of unshakable strength, of unwavering confidence, even in the face of adversity. This is pure art of seduction at play again. He's the embodiment of the charismatic archetype. He draws people to him with his charisma, his confidence, his aura of power. He's like a cult leader, and his followers are his devotees. They believe in him, they trust him, and they're willing to follow him anywhere. And that's real power. The power to inspire that kind of loyalty, that kind of devotion. It's the kind of power that can make people do crazy things, believe crazy things. Now, you might be thinking this is all well and good, but the guy's facing serious charges. Surely his fortress can't hold forever. And you know what? You might be right. But here's the thing. As of right now, that fortress is still standing. He's out of Romania, back on his home turf, and he's more vocal than ever. He's still got his followers, he's still got his platform, and he's still fighting back. Whether he's ultimately found guilty or not, the fact remains that he's managed to weather the storm so far. He's built a fortress that has protected him, at least for now, and that's got to count for something. So, what's the lesson here? How can you build your own iron fortress? It's simple, really. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who will have your back no matter what. People you can trust, people who won't fold under pressure. And when the going gets tough, don't back down. Don't hide. Frame it as your fight. Your stand against the forces that are trying to hold you down. Rally your troops, your supporters, your tribe. Remember, strength isn't about being alone. It's about surrounding yourself with people who make you stronger. Build your iron fortress, and you'll be able to weather any storm. All right, so we've broken down Tate's game. This whole outrage alchemist thing. Dude's like a walking paradox, right? But here's the kicker. There's a lesson in there for all of us. And it's not about becoming some internet bad boy. It's about owning your power. Think about it. Most people are terrified of standing out. They want to blend in, be agreeable, not rock the boat. And that's cool, man, if that's your thing. But Tate? He's not afraid to be polarizing. He says what he thinks, even if it pisses people off. And guess what? It works. Now, I'm not saying you gotta go full Tate and start ranting about whatever pops into your head. There's a line, and you gotta find it. But the takeaway here is to be bold. Don't be afraid to speak your mind, to challenge the status quo. Imagine you're in a job interview. Everyone's playing it safe, giving the same canned answers. But you come in with this crazy, ambitious idea. Something that makes them sit up and take notice. That's Tate's game, man. Controversy isn't chaos, it's leverage. Use it wisely. Now, before you go full-blown provocateur, let's talk about boundaries. Look, Tate's whole shtick is pushing the envelope. He's constantly towing that line, sometimes crossing it. And that's where things get tricky. See, when you're playing with fire, you gotta know where to stop. It's like that old saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Tate's learned that the hard way, with all the legal stuff he's dealing with. And I'm not saying he's guilty or innocent. That's for the courts to decide. But the point is, there are consequences to your actions. So how do you find that line? It's different for everyone, man. It's about knowing your values, your limits, and what you're willing to risk. It's about understanding that freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Think of it like this. You're driving a high-performance car. You can push it to the limit, feel the power, maybe even win a few races. But if you're not careful, you're gonna crash and burn. And that's not good for anyone. Alright, let's talk about Tate's hustle, because this dude, he's like a hydra. You know, the mythical beast with all those heads. You cut one off, 2 more grow back. That's Tate's approach to making money. He's got his fingers in everything, and he's always got a backup plan. He starts with kickboxing, right? Makes a name for himself, becomes a champion. But he doesn't stop there. He knows the fight game is fickle, so he starts looking for other ways to stack paper. He opens casinos, starts dabbling in online businesses. See, that's the thing about Tate. He understands that relying on one income stream is like putting all your eggs in one basket. And that basket, it's got holes in it, man. You need to diversify. You need to create multiple streams of income. So he's got his hydra heads working overtime, constantly generating wealth. And that's what makes him so dangerous. You can't take him down with one punch. You try to cut off one head, another one pops up, stronger than before. And the best part? This dude, he thrives on adversity. You ban him from social media, he finds a way back. You shut down his courses, he creates new ones. He's like the Terminator. You can't stop him, you can only hope to contain him. Remember when they banned him from YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that? They thought they silenced him, thought they took away his platform. Big mistake. He went to X, man. And you know what? He's louder than ever. He's got millions of followers hanging on his every word. He turned a setback into a comeback story. And that's the kind of mindset you need if you want to succeed in this game. You can't let the haters get to you. You can't let setbacks define you. You gotta use them as fuel, man. You gotta rise from the ashes, stronger and more determined than before. That's Andrew Tate's game, laid bare. The Outrage Alchemist, the Iron Fortress, the Hustle Hydra, 3 plays you can steal and sharpen. Want attention? Stir the pot with purpose. Need defense? Build your crew, not just your walls. Crave wealth? Grow streams that can't be cut. Tate's life is loud, messy, and polarizing, but it's his. What's your power play? Hit the comments. Tell us how you'd wield these moves. Subscribe if you haven't. Power Plays. Network is your playbook for winning at life. Next time, we're cracking another Titan's code. Stay sharp, stay relentless. See you in the arena. Power is everywhere, if you know where to look. Every move you make shapes your future. Learn the game, master the strategy, and rise above the rest. If you found value in today's Power Play, don't just watch, apply it. Hit that like button, subscribe to Power Plays Network, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new law of power in action. Your next move determines your destiny. Choose wisely.